Hi, I'm John with Countrywide Roofing, and you are tuned in to Only Roofers Podcast.
Welcome to the Only Roofers Podcast. My name's Elizabeth, and I'm here with my co-host Vince.
Hi, guys.
Today we have the pleasure of interviewing John from Countrywide Construction and Roofing.
How you guys doing today?
Thanks for coming on, John.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
Thank
John. So, Countrywide Construction and Roofing, how long have you guys been around?
We've been around for 25, 26 years now.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Out of?
We're out of Mandeville, Louisiana.
Wow.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you're locals.
We are locals here.
How
Wow.
far from here?
It's just north of Lake Pontchartrain on side the Causeway Bridge, which is, by the way, the longest bridge over a body of
Wow.
water in the world. So
All right,
we're
there we
proud to
go.
have that
Longer than the 7 Mile
Yeah.
Bridge?
longer.
All right.
Wow.
24 miles.
I'm gonna have to
straight
check it
across.
out.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, it's really cool.
We're
It's a nice drive.
Florida
If you haven't
baby,
seen it.
so we're trying to
Mhm.
rep.
So it's right on the North Shore. Yeah.
Talk to me. Tell me how it's been the last 25 years. You're in a market that's experienced extreme catastrophe and had many storm chasers come, try to say they're helping homeowners leave. Like, how has it been being a local company in this market with everything that's happened?
Well, I can tell you this. You know, going back to 20, 25 years of my history, my family has been in roofing over 60 years.
Wow.
My
Wow.
father started the company. I have 3 brothers that are in roofing.
Wow.
So we were a traditional roofing family. All
Wow.
right. So I was always the quintessential child that did not want to follow his father's footsteps.
And now you're the roofer.
So now I'm the roofer. But what I guess it was a benefit to me because I was able to get out in the world and experience different types of jobs. You know, we got into the auto industry. I've done
Oh, wow.
a lot of different things. So I was able to learn purchasing, managing, running a company, an auto dealership. And it really brought a lot to the table for me. Financing, the whole
Right.
bit. So when it really came back to it, I noticed that I wasn't moving as fast as I really wanted to move. And my father always taught me that, you know, if you're your own boss, you can have more time with your kids, do more, grow more, right?
Right.
So I decided to get back into the roofing industry about 25 years ago.
Wow.
And it was right after a major hailstorm that hit New Orleans. So
Wow.
I started working with my brother, and then I eventually broke off to my own company, which is Countrywide today.
Are you all 3 brothers in the same market?
We are.
Wow.
What's that
We're
like?
all
I
competitive.
don't mean to interrupt you, but like,
Yeah.
what's that like?
we
Are
are
you guys
all
still
competitive.
brothers,
Yeah.
friends?
We
you
are. We're
like-
very close,
okay,
actually.
okay,
We're
okay.
very close. If one other
do you
needs the
outbid
other
your
one's
brother?
help-
You like undercut your brother like a couple dollars just to get him once in a while? No, I'm just kidding.
No, really, you know, our reputation is pretty much by word of mouth. We've been around for a long time, and my whole focus on roofing.
Who's the best brother?
I am,
Yeah,
obviously.
John.
Okay.
Duh.
Yeah, duh. That's pretty
yeah,
simple.
Yeah.
But,
Where are the other ones? No.
you know, my father always gave me one important piece of advice, that it takes more time to figure out how to do something the wrong way or take a shortcut than it does to actually figure out how to do it the right way.
Wow.
And I've always brought that into my company. And quality is always the number one thing on my mind and my customer. Because my dad graduated 6th grade, wasn't a scholar, okay? But he worked hard, raised 6 children, did what he had to do. And I understood the meaning of a dollar. And I put that in my mind. Our company mission is for every hard-earned dollar a client gives me, I want to give them back $1.10 in knowledge,
Wow.
product, and quality, right? So I always put that first. So that was important to me.
How do you do that?
Do it right. Well, my slogan is roof it right. You're going to do it. I watched so many guys come in like your thing was how we dealt with the difficulties.
Yeah.
It's been hard.
Of guys
because
coming in, undercutting
have-
you, paying
yeah,
Brothers.
so many guys, yeah, brothers. No, you have so many companies that not only come into the area that aren't really qualified roofers. You have people going
Fly by
into the
night.
roofing industry
Yeah.
that know nothing about it.
Well,
They say,
there's
I
gold
can
in
be
the
a roofer
streets.
today. Right, for those golden streets. And a lot of people get taken advantage of, unfortunately.
Right.
They put big deposits down. Their contractor leaves, disappears, the whole bit, okay? So it makes it kind of hard for them to trust and have faith in a local company. So the one thing that we put first is our years of knowledge. We're
Wow.
not only state licensed, we are actually commercial contractors, state licensed commercial contractors, builders, and residential, as
Wow.
well as roofing. So we've always taken it to the next level. So we want to make sure we do it right. And
Right.
it bothers me every time I see somebody not putting the roof on correct, and it's not my job, you know? So
How do you handle that?
I usually take a photo
Sends it
of
to
a
his
guy
brothers.
putting ice and water shield over the felt.
Oh,
Where it's doing
gosh.
absolutely no good whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, if I can, I put it out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, it's just about if you do a job right, you have a great reputation,
Right.
and we do. We have right now we're averaging 4.6 stars on
Wow.
Nice.
Google. We
Congrats.
have 0 complaints with the BBB. For as long as we've been with them, we are an A+ accredited member,
Nice.
okay? And we're state licensed and insured. So when somebody comes to us, we like to think of ourselves as the company that checks all the boxes. We're local, check. Insured, checked. Licensed, checked, okay?
Good reviews.
Good reviews, check, okay?
Good looking.
You can actually, well, thank you so much. Back at you.
I'm not saying it, bro.
Dude, okay, no, that's all right. That's okay.
the-
But you can even go on Google, I kid you not, and search Google to find a negative comment on Countrywide,
Yeah.
and you will not find it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I know not every company's perfect. All companies make mistakes, okay?
It's about how you handle it.
It's how you handle it.
Exactly.
It's the company that takes care of their customer and goes back and solves the issues
Rights
they're
the
having.
wrongs.
And that's what's important to us.
100%.
Okay, so that's
How-
what we are and that's what we
How
stand.
do you prepare yourself? Because, I mean, it's New Orleans, Louisiana. It's only a matter of time before the next storm comes rolling around and you got a bunch of other roofers coming in. I mean, you still have other roofers here from other storms. Like, how are you preparing yourself for the next one?
Well, what we do is we are focusing on the effort and we're trying to, you know, focus on our growth. We realize that we have to grow, right? We have to keep moving forward. We need to move into new markets, okay? Baton Rouge, Lafayette. We worked in Lake Charles. You know, we stay within the Louisiana borders.
How is
okay?
Lake Charles right now?
It's still struggling to come
Yeah.
back. I mean, even today you go out there are just tarps everywhere because you have some lower income that don't have insurance. But that's
Wow.
one of the biggest hurdles that everybody's facing right now. With the increase in storms, like recently over the last several years, we've had multiple hailstorms here in Louisiana, in this area. We had Hurricane Katrina, we had this hurricane and multiple hurricanes in between,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then the
all
average
those.
just windstorm that comes through does
Yeah.
damage. So it's so massive, and the insurance companies realize it's their number one exposure, roofs. Okay,
Yep.
roof is their number one exposure. So they've gradually been increasing the deductibles. Now some people are having 5%. I had a client, 91 years old, with a home valued at no more than $200,000, $225,000. Their deductible was $12,500. Their roof cost $8,500.
Wow.
What are they paying insurance for?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and now
that's what I do all day, unfortunately.
right.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what I
And
deal
now
with.
you're going with ACV policies. They're trying to make roofs ACV where they don't have to pay the depreciation back. They passed new laws in Louisiana
Yep.
to prevent contractors from assisting their homeowners with their deductible. We cannot assist them, credit them. We can't even put a
Discount,
sign in their
nothing.
yard, discount nothing, or we are breaking a federal law now, okay?
Yeah.
Because of all that. So,
So $12,000 deductible.
yeah.
How
On an
did you?
$8,500
How do you handle that? Like, how does
Well, we try
a
senior
poor lady, you
citizens-
know,
yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, we'll work with them on the pricing. Okay, if we can, we'll offer them financing. One thing that we do that nobody else does, thankfully, we're kind of able to do it. Okay, we realize that a lot of people that need a roof replaced can't get it replaced because number one, they either can't afford their deductible, and the fact that the depreciation is being withheld until actually they replace the roof, and most roofers want their money right then and there.
Yep.
And with the fact that they got to go through the lost draft department of their mortgage company, which is another hurdle they need to
This gentleman
overcome.
really understands
Okay.
claims.
Yeah,
I
I love
mean,
this. This is the
Well,
best.
we help them with all
You're
of that.
definitely one of the most knowledgeable people we've had on the show. So
Well, thank you so
for
much.
sharing.
Talking
That's
my
what I'm
language.
saying. We want to bring it to the table when it comes to knowledge, assisting our homeowners with the losses.
Right.
We'll actually come in, rewrite their estimate for them, make sure they're getting a
Wow.
fair estimate according to Exactimate to put their roof back on, or
Okay.
construction, because we do construction too. I mean, I've taken a loss that was $3,200, single mother, had a tree fall on her roof. That's all they wanted to give her after her deductible of $5,000. And she called me because she thought she could handle it on her own first, okay? Oh, John, I got this, don't worry about it. She calls my wife a few weeks later crying
I
because
don't
she
got
only got
this.
$3,200. I don't have this, okay? So I got involved, I said, if you're going to let me do it, okay?
Yeah.
Rewrote the estimate, did a full scope on the job, came out, got it $36,000.
Thank God.
Nice.
Okay, replaced the roof, took care of some interior damage, everything.
What do you do when the insurance company tells you no, though?
Well, we try to do our best to convince them that it's warranted.
Right.
If it's not, we tell the homeowner it's not. Because I'm not going to get up and fight for something that I know is not deserved.
What would
okay?
how is it with your community? Because Louisiana, I mean, other people in storm markets say, oh, Louisiana, that's such a good storm market, blah, blah, blah. Like, they really overhype the market and how much you're able to get out of people. You're putting people first. You're caring
try,
about your
yes,
customers.
definitely.
You're
money.
local, right? How do you deal with knowing that, hey, the next storm might come around and I have 100 people who may not even be able to get their roof replaced who just paid me a couple years ago and this roof might just come right off again. Like,
Well,
that's a lot of stress.
Thank
not
God.
Countrywide put it on.
Well, let me
Yeah.
tell you something. You
Sure.
have to understand the code, okay? And the fact of the matter is we use a good product. We're Owens Corning, and we are Owens Corning through and through. I honestly believe with my many years of, in the business and the roofing, with my knowledge, I've done GAF, which is a good shingle, okay? There are other brands out there not so good. I can give you an example.
You don't have to. You don't have to. We don't want to.
Yeah.
No, you got a little time? Okay, you short on
Okay.
time?
No, we got
I
plenty of
get
time.
it.
No, it's not the
It's just-
time. We just don't want to.
it's not the time or place.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
no
You can
problem.
tell us off the
It's about-
camera.
it's about-
No.
it's
Oh,
about-
okay.
it's about
I
John.
get it. I get
We're
it.
here for
Okay,
John
no
and
problem.
Countrywide.
We're for John and Countrywide. I
Politically
got it.
correct.
No.
So I'm
So
saying-
anyway, to get back to what we were showing, just to step back,
Yeah.
Okay.
to helping people out as far as when it comes to doing their roof, they don't have the money to pay the roofer when the job is done. And it could take weeks for it to go through the process. of
Roofers
all
don't
trap.
like waiting.
So what we do is we offer them 0% financing. They don't have to pay us that depreciation no matter what it is
Wow.
until they get it from their insurance company. It goes to their mortgage company, and then they get it, then they give it to us. 0%.
That's very
Every
nice of you.
customer.
That's very nice of you.
No exception.
Do your brothers do that?
Now, no. But
You hear that,
if
boys?
they can afford to pay it, we ask them to, because
Yeah.
that helps us out. All
Yeah,
right,
of
it
course.
helps us help other people out. If you
Yeah.
got it, you can.
How
do
big
it,
is your
do it.
team?
Right now we have about 8 salespeople. We have an
Wow.
office staff. We have a warehouse.
Congratulations.
So we buy all
Nice.
our shingles in volume right now, so that we can have them at our disposal.
Wow.
So when we're ready to go, we're ready to move. We got the shingles. We got the materials.
Ready to move.
We move.
I like
Yep.
it.
What
Mhm.
is your
Yeah.
last piece of advice? I mean, you have had this company for so many years. You're second generation roofer. You're in a tough market. You're doing right by people. You're educated on the insurance claims.
Yeah.
Like, you got your reviews. You have it all
What-
right. Everything everybody wants. How, with someone on the other end, maybe another roofing company in another market, how do they accomplish this, and how did you get to this?
Especially, like, to her point a little bit on the storm, being in a storm market,
Yeah.
where you have those guys come
Having
in.
a
right?
being a
There's other,
local.
I'm in Florida, we're Florida based. The same thing. You have local companies, 1,000 roofers show up when a storm hits, and so I think that's like one thing you
Look,
could hit
the
on.
first thing you need to do is you got to go into it with the right attitude.
Right.
Roofing in some cases can be a very profitable business. I think
Yes.
we all agree on that, right?
Agreed.
And a lot of people get into it, and that's all they see is the money, and they forget about everything else. All right, they got to take care of their image. Their
Yeah.
image is important. They got to take care of their clients, which is number 2, and they have to, by all means, educate yourself. Educate. You need to know about every facet of what you're doing in that business, whether it has to do with your sales, your clients, how to put the roof on, the materials that you're using to put that roof on, and how that roof is being put on to ensure that you're doing a good product.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. It matters that you put a good roof on for that client, and they know it. And then when we go out, not only do we just do the roof, we actually rope off the entire property. It has caution tape around the whole
I
entire
love that.
property
Love
that
it.
nobody can walk on that property while that roof is being done, okay? We give our clients the information that they need to know that benefits them. We're pet friendly. We tell them, if you got a cat in your home, please get that cat out for the day while we do the roof. They do not do well with all the hammering because they can't get away from it. They'll actually have a panic attack, okay?
Oh.
We tell them to put plastic over their prized possessions that might be in their attic so it don't get full of granules that come
Right.
through the roof. We tell them don't walk barefooted. No matter how hard we try, I hate to say this, but we're not going to get every nail out the weaves of the grass or whatever, so we ask them to be careful about that. We let them know what they need to know and what to expect, because when you do a roof, let's face it, you've been there, right? It looks like it just looks like
Yeah.
chaos going on, right?
Organized chaos.
Organized chaos. but when we finish,
It looks beautiful. Exactly.
You know, so
Wait for the finished product.
you
Don't look
gotta prepare your client
Just
for
get
what
outta
to
here.
expect.
Yeah.
And
Wait
so
for the
forth like
masterpiece.
that. Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. You know.
I love it.
John,
yeah.
you've been really insightful, really amazing.
Very inspiring.
We appreciate you guys. You know.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on our show.
Only Roofers podcast.
It's been amazing.
Nothing
Yeah.
better. I
Thank
love
you.
it. Guys, thank
Thanks,
you.
John.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
It's
you
always
so
a pleasure.
much.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank you, everyone,
All
for
right.
watching
We
another
appreciate you guys.
episode of the Only Roofers podcast. Thank you, John, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Catch you guys.
Catch you guys later.